hello again, everybody. We are back and live on Spaces, making sure everything's working right. All right, get George in here. We're going to get to talk all about AEW Full Gear. That was a show. Oh, man. There were some good parts of it, but there's George. Let me make him a co-host in case my system decides to crash out again and I got to leave. Try to fix all the technical issues up there. What's going on, buddy? How you doing?
All right.
Good.
Excitement.
Yeah.
Still tired from last night.
Yeah, no, it was a long night. It was a long night and I got up long night. But yeah, no, that was a show. I mean, it didn't go quite as long as I thought. I honestly, I was like, I thought it was going to go 5 hours. So
I'm going to give you guys is Central Time because I'm on Central Time.
Right.
So don't get confused, but Central Time is me. So my adventure starts at about 10 to 6. Go on to Amazon, click on there. 10 minutes later, the pre-show pops up. I'm like, cool. I text Jake. I said, Jake, this is cool. Amazon's got the pre-show. I'm cool. Send the text.
Yeah.
As I sent a text,
Renee
tells me that Tailgate Brawl is going on behind us, and we're doing the pregame show here. So then I realized I have to go over to get out of Amazon, go over Brawl, and then go back. So that's my start to my day. And Jake writes back, dude, you wrote the most confusing sentence I've ever read in my life. I have a headache.
Yeah, well, just because I couldn't actually, and right when I read it, I knew what happened. I'm like, wait, so they're putting on 2 pre-shows on their different network. I mean, because they've got it on TNT is the Brawl, so if you want to watch matches, but if you're watching it on, I want to say if it was on YouTube too, I was watching it on the, through Triller, and I had I had the Renee and Jeff Jarrett pre-show. It was the talking pre-show. There was
Jeff
your talking
Jarrett, by the way, not good.
He doesn't care.
I'm just saying he didn't sound very good to me, but that's beside the point. I told you what I thought. I'll keep that private.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like he's one of those guys that really thought he could make a difference with his years of knowledge and experience. And say what you want about Jeff Jarrett. I mean, he's been in the business literally from birth. He's been in the business his whole life. He knows something about this. And he came in and he did stuff on TV and it was what it was. And they put him in charge of live events, but they don't really have any live events aside from their weekly tapings. And I just feel like he thought he could do something. Like, yeah, we got this. I'm going to come in there and fix everything. Woo! Double J, Jeff Jarrett, woo! And just, by the end of it, he's like, woo, Double J, Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah, pretty much.
Double fuck. You know what I mean? He doesn't get shit anymore.
There must be some contractual obligation where Amazon only, or the pay-per-view only does the pay-per-view itself, and TBS has control over the pre-show.
Yes.
I gotta think that's it.
There's gotta be, or just somebody gave Tony the opportunity to do 2 different shows and he can't help it.
It just made no sense to me as to why I should watch 4 guys talking about what I'm going to be watching in a minute, and then rather than watch the pre-show in the background, which was what I wanted to actually see.
I mean, it'd be one thing if their video packages were amazing quality or something with it, but
they were better. I noticed they were better when the ones I did see were good.
I mean, but they showed them all on Wednesday after the Dynamite Collision. It was just that with commentary. It was like watching director's commentary on DVDs that we used to actually buy the movies, kids. They didn't all stream before. But it was just, how much great insight are you getting from Renee, Moxley Good, freaking RJ City and Jeff Jarrett who's been defeated.
And some other woman that was there. I don't know what they're doing.
I put that on mute and didn't get. I pulled up on I pulled up because I wanted to watch the Big Boom match. I at least wanted to see. That was my favorite match of AEW last year, was him versus QT, because it was actually a wrestling match.
Yeah, now they're partners, Gloom and Doom.
Yeah, exactly. Boom and Doom, and it gives me the gloom. And wasn't it another one of those money matches? I think. Or no, that
I don't think that one was.
No, that's right. It was
the Acclaimed was the $200,000 match.
The Acclaimed
In the pre-show, by the way,
and
in the pre-show, $200,000.
Yeah, and then you get Tony Schiavone saying, "I've never seen money like this." Like they haven't been doing it every single week.
I also kept the commentary on for the whole experience.
Oh God, that's painful.
I wanted to do it just to see if I could take it. I made it. Hardly.
I made it. Hardly.
Yes, my night starts in my living room at 6:00 and goes to 11:30 in my bedroom.
Jesus.
That's how my day went yesterday. So,
but that at least includes the pre-show. I genuinely thought the whole main show was going to go
the whole experience. Fuck, I paid money for it. I'm getting everything.
Yeah, I'm getting every ounce of this garbage, whether it's good or not. It's like an all-you-can-eat buffet, but nothing's cooked right. Everything's crappy, but I'm gonna eat it anyway. Damn it! Tough piece of steak you got to chew through.
So here's the weird thing.
What's up?
The pre-show, AJ Boom is what I wanted to watch. That's what I was concentrating on. So I'm all excited. I'm into that one. Rizzler comes out in a cape.
It is cape, yeah.
Doing his bit, which was good, I guess. But that kind of gives you a family-friendly atmosphere. From that point on, that atmosphere is gone.
I just don't understand. Like, yeah, like, cause no shade on the Costco guys and what they do for a channel on TikTok, YouTube, whatever. That's not content that I'm into, but I'm assuming that people who shop at Costco with their families, like, they love that stuff. If anybody decided I'm sure they promoted the crap out of it on their TikToks. I'm sure there was probably somebody who was like, "Oh, I'll tune in to see," because it was free on TNT or YouTube or wherever. And then if they watched anything beyond this, I don't like the first match because they Boom and Doom weren't the first match; they were the second one. I don't think there was any blood in the first one, but there was a 4-man or a 4-way tag match because everybody wants to watch those. Those are so fun.
There's also something I really picked up on right from the start that lasted the whole show. I wrote it down because it was just to see if it would last the whole show, and it certainly did. When there's something that happens in AEW, either it's a chant, or it's a big spot, or it's a disgusting spot, the crowd comes alive, like really jumps in, like for 5-6 seconds of pure, unadulterated just enthusiasm. But as soon as they're done, it gets quiet. And I'm not talking like murmur quiet. I'm talking like you can hear a cricket.
Yeah, no, like whisper quiet. Yeah, no.
It's amazing. It lasted the whole show.
Yeah, no, and you could see it sometimes too. Like I even texted you, there was a couple times they were showing somebody in the audience like getting into it. But then, like, the crowd around them, because they did have a good audience there. It was like over 10,000.
Good crowd, yeah.
But you could see like there would be 2 or 3 people like cheering, and then the rest of them be like stone faced or cross armed, like they're just waiting. You hate to say it, but it's like waiting for the car wreck. You know,
that's what I'm talking about. But when the car wreck happens, everyone goes, yeah, and that it's dead. There's no come down. It just stops.
All I could think of is the same. We paid for blood. Like that's what they want.
I just never seen that never heard it happen throughout the whole event, though. Even in the main, everything.
It was New Jersey. So.
Yeah, but
no, I get it. But I think that's what the AEW. Here's the thing. That's the other thing I texted you yesterday too. I'm like the people. Like at this point, if you're still into it and going to the shows, you know what you're getting. Like it's going to be long and you're just waiting for the spots. You're waiting for the spectacle. What do you like best? Do you like somebody doing a tumble salt over the ropes from the top rope to the outside? You know, do you want this person to bleed, or are you waiting for tables? Everybody's got something. None of it family friendly, by the way, but everybody's got something that they get excited for.
Take the Rizzler out and then you're back to normal.
The Rizzler. I didn't.
It caught me so off guard though, because
I have no idea.
It was just so noticeable. I'm going to hammer the point home. It was so noticeable to me. I wrote it down like twice and underlined it and exclamation pointed it.
Oh, also, we forgot to mention Paul White, the Big Show, was part of the Boom and Doom.
Yeah, it was some good
RPG
stuff.
Vice.
They pushed Big Boom AJ or not Big Justice down to the ground.
Is the kid. Yeah, which I think it is funny because he looked like a pipsqueak when they first were bringing him around. The kid's got some height to him now. The kid's got some size.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
I don't think he needs to be doing diamond cutters anymore. But hey, I feel bad for. Was it Rocky Romero or Trent Beretta that had to sell
both?
Yes. Was it Rocky Romero or Trent? Yes, they both had to sell.
Yes, it was.
And yes, it's the pre-show.
Just for the record, I make it a point, and it's just a personal preference of mine. I make it a point to whatever I'm going to watch, because in my mind, I just support the general product in general. I don't do the pirate ship thing. I understand why it's there, and I get it. I just don't choose that route. That's all.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's one of those things. Like if you're gonna watch the whole thing and take it in, I totally, yeah. No, it's not. I feel like some people too. They only have so much money to be able to. Support
I get it,
especially nowadays.
Yeah.
No, and that's why it's there. I mean, there's also I know there's the VPNs, and people do different countries, and we are open to a VPN sponsorship to talk about those. No, hey, you got to do what you got to do with it, especially nowadays with how much content is out there. And it's all,
100%.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm surprised that you stuck through the whole thing and actually made it through. So for me, I watched because I'm in Mountain Time now, so it was a little bit earlier for me. It started, the pre-show started at 5 my time, but I made it through the whole show watching it, but at one point I did just mute it. It was probably during the third to last match. I think I just ended up muting it because I had to. But I watched the whole thing. Because at the beginning commentary when it was, what was it? It was Excalibur, Nigel, and Tony Schiavone. That wasn't bad. Nigel was making it work for me.
Trying,
wasn't great.
He's trying.
He's doing the best he can.
Yeah.
And even though he's kind of a jokester, he was taking things more serious than then once Danielson came out there, it was just like the Three Stooges. Just, who can make the other one laugh, who can yell the loudest, except for, and Schiavone, I said it yesterday on Twitter. I mean, he's like a guy with dementia who just ate a bag of gummies. He's so happy, but has no idea what's going on.
Oh, this is great. I've never seen such things before. This is awesome.
I've never seen this before. I've never seen this type of money before in a match. A match has never been worth money for. Oh my God, I can't.
It was something else, dude.
As bad as Excalibur is, Schiavone drives me nuts.
So as soon as the last pre-show match started with Take and them guys, they came out at 10 to the hour. Or about 10 to 7 minutes before the pay-per-view starts. And I'm like, they're going to do this thing again because it worked well the last time. Remember we put over the fact that we liked the way they began? And I'm like, they're going to do it again. And sure enough, this pay-per-view opens with the same thing they did last time.
They have to. They can't. If something works once, Tony has to beat it into the ground. Like that.
Yeah, you remember I loved it last time.
Yeah, no, and I didn't mind it. I thought there was setting up the pyro during the match. It was reminded me of the old Nitro when they used to do that. I didn't like that part of it, but I like the idea of it, of hot action, especially with that's what your product's supposed to be. Action, wrestling, where the best wrestle. That makes sense, but to do the exact same thing. And again, it'd be one thing if they had 4 pay-per-views a year and they did that, in, I don't know, July or August as opposed to October. It wasn't that long ago. When was the last pay-per-view? The 19th or something? Yeah, just come on.
Yeah, I couldn't believe they did the same thing over again.
Yeah, no, that's what they do though. That's Tony.
But I knew it was coming.
Yeah, no, yeah,
as soon as they started that match, I go, there's not enough time. They're going to roll over into the,
Well, it immediately because it's not like anybody in that company hits their times on anything. All matches are going to go over. I mean, yeah. Although none of the matches in the pre-show went over 15 minutes, but that one was the longest at just under 14. So, and I heard that Hook and Eddie Kingston had a match on it, but it lasted 2 minutes. I didn't see it.
Yeah, I caught that. I also caught, what else did I see? I don't remember what it was. It wasn't important.
The other bet, the 4 matches of the pre-show was, the $200,000 4-way tag match. And then the other one was the trios match for the CML.
That's
World Trios. Yeah, it was Mystico, Mascara Dorada, and Neon. But Alex Neverhuntes, he was back with them. And then the Don Callis family with his Okada, Takeshita, Heshijiro. Yeah. Okada and Takeshita on the pre-show. That's real good stuff.
No, they kept at least moving throughout the show.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Yep. No.
That was something that happened.
Yeah, the whole show was something that happened.
Well, let's start at the beginning, shall we?
Yeah, no, I'm looking. It's funny. I have the times up here. The shortest match.
Oh, that's what I wanted to tell you.
Was the women's match at 13 minutes? No, you're good. You're good. They're all.
I wanted to say that I think that we probably could have done without one or two matches in this, and obviously the length of the matches were killing me, dude. Killing me.
No. So yeah, that's the thing. Is I was looking at the times and like. The Darby and Pac match is 16, or yeah, it's almost 17 minutes.
That's good. I can take that.
Right. And then the women's tag match was 13, but then it's 20, 22 and a half, 20 and a half, 25. Like the next four matches are all, and then 19 minutes, 10 seconds, and 23 minutes. It's just like, oh my God. Just too long. It's too much. And all of them just continue the same kind of shit. But I mean, the Pac and Darby Allin match, what I liked about it was it did remind me kind of back when, was it 2021 or 22 when MJF and Darby had a match that led off of pay-per-view and it was more of a wrestling match. It kind of proved that Darby does have some actual talent and can do some of this stuff, but they don't let it, or they don't let him. It's that they let him do what he wants to and he breaks his back. So no, I enjoyed this match. This might have been my favorite. Sadly, I think this might have been my favorite match overall because no one was gushing blood. Nobody was
not yet. Yeah.
No, yeah. Right. So no,
Darby can go, and Pac's a good wrestler. Just the only question is if he can stay healthy or his visa doesn't expire. That's all. So far, so good.
Yeah, no, exactly, and that's but it was just kind of it was one of those things that when that match ended, and I enjoyed them. Like, well, that's probably the last one that I'm going to really that isn't going to have something egregious or something crazy, and yeah, they really did move it on from there. The next one too with just remember. That everybody said that Toni Storm was right to leave WWE because she got a pie in the face. That was too embarrassing. And now she's doing choreographed dance moves to the ring. And
I can't tell you how much I can't stand this.
And like that strut walk march thing that she does, like that's not more embarrassing than a pie in the face. Okay. All right.
Who's more pale, Toni Storm or Sheamus?
Yes. That's back to before. I'm going with yes. No, I think it's Sheamus because I think Toni puts makeup on to look that pale. Like I don't think
her body isn't all made up. I don't think she's pale. She's a pale woman.
Yeah. Well, and also too with the way she's got like the red boots. Like none of what she wears helps with.
I'm so sick of this character. Lincoln knows. I'm so sick of this character. It drives me nuts.
Like it's beyond Jump the Shark. It's like it's Jump the Blue Whale.
I said it yesterday, Jake. I said it jumped the shark, filleted, and consumed it. Done.
It served it up at sushi. Yeah. No, it's bad. It's bad. Like, and just the whole thing of it with the dance moves and the way her and me. And I mean, I get what they're doing, but it's like this character was supposed to be taken serious, like as ridiculously serious. How long ago? I don't know. It's too much. She needs to go back to the character.
This match could have been left off. This was just a Dynamite match. It meant nothing.
Yeah, for sure.
It was
especially
the winner got to pick the stipulation for the next match.
I was just gonna say
zero.
Especially if this wasn't going to be one of the matches, like this should have been the finals of the women's tag tournament.
Exactly.
But no, they had to have a women's blood and guts match instead. Yeah, no, I'm with you. That was terrible. Like, it was just all, and I mean, I'm surprised that nobody came out. I'm surprised that that most of them wrestled in it with how crazy the blood and guts match was 10 days prior. But the best part of the FTR and Brodito match was
who won for the people listening at home. Who won that match?
Wasn't it the it was the Timeless Love Bombs. It was Toni Storm and Mina. Yeah, because they tried to recreate the stuff with the mother's milk, but they get out of it.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, that was bad. That was bad. The FTR match, I mean, I'm happy they won, but the best part of the entire presentation was the beginning with, was it Stokely doing they were recreating scenes from the movie Belly. which is a
Was that what that
90s.
was? I didn't know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, it's not a movie that many people knew of or saw. I mean, the movie has like DMX and Nas in it. It's not. No, but like I had to look it up to remember, because like I saw the picture of it. I could remember that he was doing the rapper Nas with the eyes and stuff. And I mean, that's cool, but why does everybody have to have a super special entrance at every pay-per-view? They like WWE does it for SummerSlam and WrestleMania and maybe some other big matches here or there, but like they don't need a special entrance at every pay-per-view, guys. I'm sorry.
I still think they've underutilized Big Stoke.
Oh, well underutilized.
When he was in NXT, I really enjoyed that character. Now here he's just
Michael Bivens. Yeah.
Is that what he was? Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that was. Yeah, because the name comes from another one to 90s music reference. It's because of Belle Biv DeVoe, the Biv. That's the name that he took, was Michael Bivens. the more you know. But I mean, I'm glad FTR won. We talked about this. Like, there needed to be something with them. They kind of had to win. Otherwise, they were a joke, unfortunately.
I can't wait for the book to come out, The Demise of FTR.
You know, it's one of those things.
Remember how high on the mountain they were with both of us.
My favorite thing in wrestling, all of 2021 and 2022. And that includes Punk returning. Like, FTR was my favorite thing. Not even, I wouldn't say all of 2022. It was probably like summer 22. It started to turn. It just got worse.
Keep in mind, all those great moments that you saw were not on AEW television.
Right. It was Ring of Honor. It was New Japan. Yeah. It was AAA, or not, was it CMLL then? I'm not sure. Whoever, they were partnering with. I think that might have been when they were partnering still with AAA. Yeah, no. And it's one of those phrases that people say that, like, I purposely never try to use certain words. You'll never hear me say the word epic because it's overused. One of the things I almost never say is, oh, their downfall needs to be studied, because people use that phrase too much. FTR, I would actually like a breakdown of how this went to shit so fast. Because yeah, they were
social media. Yeah,
it is. No, it's honestly a very easy study. Go scroll through Dax's, not even so much his posts, some of those are bad, but his replies. It's his replies that really get him, because that was where he posted the picture where he was wearing the anti-JD shirt, a JD from NY shirt, at the airport, which is like, dude, how in your head are these people if you're wearing shirts against them to the airport? Like, you want people to see this. That's a problem. Oh, Dax. I love Dax. I have FTR shirts. Well, one.
Gotta feed their family.
Oh, yeah. No, it's how they feed their family. They love professional wrestling, saved their life. The Casino Gauntlet match, there was parts of it that were great. Like, I enjoyed how it started. And in the initial probably first 10 minutes of it, I thought was okay. And then it just became an AEW.
Well, it kind of started the way I remember I mentioned mentioned to you, I should, if Lashley and Sheldon were the first two in there, why would they even bother doing anything?
Yep.
Just wait for the third guy to come in. Pretty much what happened.
And it was perfect because it was Ricochet. So it worked for their storylines and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it made sense to have the thought of where they could go and wrestle against each other. But surprisingly enough, AEW did say, it's because Bobby and MVP and Shelton didn't let Tony. If it was up to Tony, they would have started wrestling at some point in there and, gone against each other and started to build their lead to the breakup, because Tony loves to break teams up and get them back together. But you were right. No, and it was done very well. I
learned one major thing last night too during this match.
What's that?
The soft side of the AEW microphone is very dangerous. MVP got hit in the head and he was out like a light, and had to get helped out of the building. It was the softest shot I've ever heard, and I'm just funny.
It was, usually it makes a good, like, dunk sound, and it was more of like, I did catch that. Yeah, no. And then, so I swear I thought Excalibur said everybody is into the match, but after Ricochet won, they made sure to mention, we'll never know who else was scheduled to be in the match, which, if they did go that way, it's hard to pay too much attention to the commentary without it rotting my brain. I'm sorry. But I know he said it at the end.
They didn't make the full amount of people, which is fine, because that's been talking about that for a long time. We've been saying that
forever. Yeah, we've been saying that before we even did a show together. We talked about how the Casino Gauntlet, if they were going to make it matter and make those 1 and 2 spots mean anything, somebody had to win it before everybody else came out. I would have actually liked it where, like, they had some sort of special surprise or return, and that person's walking down to the ring or coming out, and then a pin happens. Like, make it so it's important. Make it so you want to watch
Something.
it. Yeah, just exactly. Make it. Yeah. Which I guess
people were all
did.
over this one. MJF's coming back. back. And
which I kind of thought might happen. That would have made some sort of sense in like him wanting to be the national champion.
Yeah, but remember one thing about that thing he's got. He's got, according to the stipulation, he has to put in a week notice.
Yep.
Okay.
For the world title. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Which, yeah, and now does it really work with where it is? I mean, I guess it could, but I also, how long is he even doing his movie for? I think people just assume like, oh, he's been gone for a month or two. It could be fine. Some movies take longer. Some are on location, and hopefully for his sake, he just booked another one right afterwards. So he doesn't have to go back because.
Yeah, so what we'll do, folks, here is we're gonna do our review of it, then we'll get your opinion on what you guys thought of this after we're done. So
yeah, well, oh god, the thing is, like, there's still 5 more matches on this card. Like, that was already a hell of a card we've talked about, and there's still 5 more matches, and these were we're only on 2 of the 20-minuters too. So then you had Kyle O'Reilly versus Jon Moxley, which, I mean, Jon Moxley still. He's continuing his downward spiral. Like, this is so.
Yeah, they're setting up for something.
They're setting up for the group.
Still think it's gonna be what I think it is. We'll see.
Yeah, like the group's gonna upheaval and kick him out, and someone else will take over it or whatever. But this is taken for a company that runs through 8 weeks of storyline in 3. This needs to be run through already. Like, they've been dragging this out. Like, how many times does Kyle O'Reilly need to beat Moxley? And why is it Kyle O'Reilly? I don't understand that.
And why is a diabetic gushing blood 2 weeks in a row?
Much. I don't know.
I thought the first one was pretty bad, blood and guts, but this one last night was pretty good too. Jesus.
Well, I mean, and that's just like, and this is kind of where like the blood really kind of just started.
Yeah, this is where we got geared up. This is where.
Yeah, like, and it's just like, oh, who's gonna bleed more? Hey, hold my Tylenol so I can thin my blood out and keep going. Like, Jesus, no, this was. I mean, you knew where it was gonna end. Moxley was gonna tap out. Like, that's what they're doing. I thought for like the afterbirth, it seemed like the Death Riders might actually turn on him then, and we kind of just get it over with already.
Let's bring up the fork. Because I don't understand.
Jon Moxley's favorite tool.
We got the main 2 items in AEW are a fork and a screwdriver.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's and it's there. I was gonna try to make some sort of like carpentry joke, but there really isn't one, because one's a cooking eating utensil.
Yeah.
No, and I mean, he's done this so often with it, and it doesn't even. I mean, I get it where you're doing the stab motions, but it doesn't leave that much of a look on television. It looks stupid. It looks like he's holding it in his hand and just.
This is where I really noticed what I talked about at the beginning of the show. Was when they took out the fork and they were stabbing, like he was stabbing his hand. The crowd was like, oh, and then.
Yeah, exactly.
Just went.
And they said, yeah, sit back down.
It was like 110 decibel level, then it went down to 0.00. It was weird.
I mean, it is weird, but it's what they're trained to do. They're waiting for the moment. They're waiting for blood.
No talking in between. No semi-clapping in between. Nothing. No justified this is awesome chance.
That one. That was great, my friend. That was a very well-placed line. I like that one. No, that's good. I like that. And no, there was not. Because, I mean, what of this that we've described so far was awesome? Like, it was a rough slog of a show. And there was a lot of blood in this match. And then we had Mark Briscoe defeating Kyle Fletcher for the TNT title in a no DQ match. Oh, right. The Kyle O'Reilly and Jon Moxley was no holds barred. Not to be confused with the next one, which is no DQ.
Which is exactly
What's
the same
difference?
thing.
Yeah, exactly. What is the difference? Oh my God. Like, and
back to back. Interesting choice.
That one I thought would have been. I mean, yeah, that didn't make any sense. You should have split those 2 matches with the Casino Gauntlet. That's where you should have put that one in. Like, give people a chance to, settle
there's
down.
no time. There's no time to come down.
Yeah. And both matches both guys were but there was a guy with hair, and a guy was more bald, and everybody bled, and they all kind of bled the same. Like Briscoe and O'Reilly basically had the same gig and just bled, and it was like, okay, great. Like, do we need to see this again? Like, if you hadn't been paying close attention and just kind of came back from one or the other, you'd have been like, this is the same match, same thing's going on. Oh no, these are different people. They're just.
The thing that's weird about this event,
part of the show.
I think it's weird about the event, Jake, is like the results for all these matches were what we all were hoping, and we got. But how we get there just took too long. It was too convoluted.
Always.
It's weird. Like
no.
It's hard to explain from my end because I'm seeing the result at the end is what I wanted. Like I wanted Kyle O'Reilly to win. I wanted Briscoe to win. I'm cool. But what happened happened in the prior stuff negated how I felt at the end. Does that make sense? Are you there?
But like the director's cut where it's 3 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where it's 3 hours, but you're like, the theatrical version at 2 hours and 25.
So I don't know if anybody can hear you right now. Can somebody give me a thumbs up if they can hear Jake and I can't? Oh, you there? Okay. Well, what do you do? Let me go over to my phone here for a minute. So if anybody wants to speak in the meantime, put your request in while I'm doing something here while Jake gets reconfigured, I think. Oh, dear. Let's see here. Full gear. Let's see what we were talking about here. What match were we on? Experiencing technical difficulties. Hold on 1 second, please. All right. So we were going to Mark Briscoe and Kyle Fletcher. The no DQ with tables, ladders, and chairs and a bucket of tacks. Very exciting match for me to watch. Not really my thing. Like we were talking about, a lot of blood. A lot of stuff happening. A little too much for me. Back to back especially. Herman, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Hey, did anyone see the AAA event last night?
Oh, we're going to talk about that after we're done with our AEW review, but it was nice because when I was watching AEW, I was looking at going, okay, it's 6 o'clock start, 9:15 starts the AAA event, and AAA event was only an hour and 41 minutes.
Yeah.
So it was over before Full Gear was over. That I did notice.
Yeah,
it wasn't really one of their big shows either. It was fine. I watched it.
Yeah, and it ended like right before they went to the main event.
Well, I think it ended at 11:15 my time.
Yeah,
and then AEW went till like 11:30.
Yeah, I'm East Coast time, so yeah, I was in bed sometime around 1 o'clock in the morning after all that.
I can't. I fell asleep watching Samoa Joe and Swerve Strickland.
I didn't fall asleep after that, actually. I turned around and watched a little bit of boxing on one of these little local sports networks out here.
Yeah, I can't do that. I can't do boxing or
back in the day when I was younger, you had guys like Sugar Ray Leonard, Iron Mike Tyson, Trevor Burbick.
Yeah, those days are gone. Those days are gone.
But they had some colorful characters back then, though. Jeez.
Yeah, well, colorful characters are gone, that's for sure. But they don't have anybody coming in either, which is weird.
No.
Nobody coming up in the ranks from what I can tell, nor do I care at this point. So,
can you hear me?
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah, so I think we're about done with Twitter. We have to move this to YouTube. Twitter's just telling me that it can't connect to my microphone. I hate this app.
Okay.
Well, I'll do it from now, but I hate Twitter so goddamn much. It just gave me the boot, man. I don't know. It's not working at all. You can keep speaking, Herman. You're good.
Oh, hey, don't feel bad. When I usually host a space, I'm kicked out usually 6 or 7 times.
The thing is, they made some update. Whenever they updated the chat from messages to chat,
yes,
Twitter has,
that was the one.
Right?
That was the one.
Ever since that point, it has gone to hell. I've never had any other issues before this. I don't understand it, and it drives me insane. But we're good. My bad.
Okay. So we were on Kyle Fletcher and Mark Briscoe match, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Fletcher and Briscoe, where the second match of both guys just bleeding their heads off, literally.
Yeah, it was back to back, and it was too much.
It was way too much. Why even? I mean, I guess you're leaving them up to their own devices. I just don't understand why they would do that. I don't.
And the same steps too.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah. I don't get it at all.
But like I said, the end result was what I wanted.
Right.
And I was surprised they did it.
That's the thing. It didn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense to have them both go over 20 minutes. Kyle O'Reilly and Moxley was 21 minutes and Briscoe and Fletcher was 25. Did we really need 46 minutes of those? They're the same things over and over again. And like I said, they should have been split up by the Casino Gauntlet. That would have been great.
Yeah, right.
Cause
totally agree.
Cause at least then the next match with it being the tag match gave you a little bit of a reprieve and something different. I mean, it was a Bucks match, so you knew what you were getting, but it wasn't that bad. Like for what it was at least nobody was bleeding their head off.
No, they did a decent job with the Bucks match. I thought it wasn't bad.
No, I honestly.
But that was for $1 million.
Yeah, I would say the worst part of this match was Shivani, and it was during this match that I eventually just gave up on the commentary because you had the three of them and Don Callis out there too, and they're just talking about the Bucks' upbringing and Omega. I was so terrible. Like they're trying to kayfabe, but they can't kayfabe, and they're just
I don't understand. Don Callis is a decent manager. Why is he on commentary, not at ringside?
That's a great question. Because he leaves the screwdriver in the ring, and so that's all they need. I don't know.
Yeah, he can do it's much more visually stimulating to have the manager at ringside handing the heel the weapon incognito.
Right.
You know?
Or even just causing a distraction, doing whatever they do, especially with the referee. I mean, obviously it's the corpse ref, so he's not that hard to distract, but he sees a mosquito and looks over on the other side of the ring for 10 minutes. So they can do whatever, but just have something happen at least. I don't
know. Yeah. But it was Young Bucks and Josh Alexander against Kenny Omega and Jurassic Express.
Yeah. Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, where they just did a bunch of spots. That's all this was. Spots on spots on spots. And you knew that's what it was going to be. And okay. I don't know.
Yeah, they were teasing the whole Josh Alexander and Young Bucks not really on the same page type thing throughout the whole match.
Right. Which, I mean, and then they were having it to where the stuff that Callis was saying was like derogatory, but no, they're good now. And like you knew where it was going to, and we knew where it was going to always go to was the Bucks going back to Omega. Like that was always where this was going. And they didn't need to take 19 and a half minutes to get there. Yeah.
No, I think the match took about 14 and everything afterwards took the next 5-6 minutes because you had to milk that for all it's worth.
Well, no, that's the thing is bell to bell, it was 19 minutes and then they went another like 8 minutes of just them doing whatever the hell they were doing. Where they're dramatic reenactments of, I don't know. Like it's terrible.
So they're taking the money back with Callis And Callis is trying to ignore the fact that Josh Alexander and the rest of the guys are beating down Omega.
Yeah.
The crowd's like, come on, guys, do the right thing. They're looking, going, no. Then they toss Callis the bags and they run in and save Kenny.
Whippy! Yeah, like it was just some of the most, and then Kenny they tried to give him the handshake and he slapped their hands away, you know, but then
friends don't shake hands. Friends hug.
Brothers don't shake hands. Brothers gotta hug. Cause that's every story in AEW. It's always gotta be, oh, you're my friend. You weren't my friend. Now you're my friend again. And then they even like hugged with Jungle Boy afterwards, who they've had way longer of problems with since he came back as Jungle Boy, but who cares? We'll all hug it out. Like, oh, it's just terrible.
It got done what they wanted to get done.
Yeah, you knew that's hurting. It was just terrible.
Now my question is, do they still have is the $1 million still theirs? Should be, right? Technically.
Well, didn't yeah, I guess so. I mean, cause Callis said it wasn't in the family, so I guess Callis would get the 333,000, right? Cause it was
yeah, but they didn't officially join. They never joined, so that's their money.
Right, but it's the Bucks and Alexander, so Alexander gets a third, right? Like that's, so the Callis family got 333 grand. That's not the worst.
So now what they should do for storyline wise is they should hold the money back from the Young Bucks.
Callis won't give it to them unless they join.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be something.
But, for a little while.
It would be something, but they've already hugged with Omega, so they're kind of cart before the horse. But all right, I mean, that would at least be something with it. It would continue the storylines, but let's be real. They are not big on follow-up. They don't do, there's going to be no follow-up next week. Hopefully there would be, but I don't, right? That's where that's.
Don, where's our money?
What is it? This skinny Bucks like Jones into Gamble. He's like, I gotta get some scratchers. I
gotta play the slots, dude.
The one-armed bandit's got a hold of him. But yeah, no, that's right. I didn't think of it that way, but yeah, cause they didn't make it seem like the Bucks just took it, but they did have a partner, so.
Yeah.
But I mean, what does Josh Alexander know about a winner's purse anyway? That's like the second win he's ever gotten in this company. I guess the surprise of the night was the next match in the sense with, Statlander and Mercedes, but again, match went 23 minutes. Don't think it needed to go that long, but it did.
No, like I said, you can cuddleize matches by about 6 to 7 minutes. And I would have been happy with the results at the end. But
that's every AEW pay-per-view, and you know it. But yeah, this is 23 minutes, 5 seconds, and it ended with Statlander actually winning, which was the big surprise. There was no way I thought she was going to win win that match, which I guess I'm assuming that Tony and Mercedes probably, it's kind of like Will Ospreay did when he was like, oh, well, let's Swerve win because everybody thinks I'm going to. Like maybe that's what they did because it seemed to me like Statlander only got the title so she could give it to Mercedes, but what do I know?
I think that was a good call.
Yeah, no, I do too because it's a call. It's something to do. Like if Mercedes wins.
It's the one title she can't get. Makes sense.
And that actually is at least some kind of storyline as opposed to just winning every belt and beating everybody and not doing anything.
Yeah. And this was a good match. I thought it was pretty decent.
Yeah, no, it was. Statlander can wrestle. She's good. I've always liked her. I just never thought she was booked that great, but this is good.
Mercedes can wrestle if she has somebody to wrestle.
That's what I've always said. Everyone says how great she is, and I always say she's good, but it's all about her partners, in my opinion. No, I fully agree with that. And then
I liked how they worked the arm angle on Statlander. I liked everything about the match, actually. It just like too long.
I was just going to say, I liked everything about it. Just took a little bit too long, which is just how they always are.
The crowd was there a couple times and they kicked out of some stuff. And I'm like,
yeah. No, and that's every match and every pay-per-view. That's just what they do. Like that's just, like I said with the Briscoe match, when I forget, I think it might have been the Froggy Boy or it might have been the J Driller, but there was something where he hit it and the crowd was counting and it kicked out and and it was a big pop, but they never were back to where they were by the end of the match. And that's just how it always is.
Oh yeah. We forgot in that Jay Briscoe match, those ladder spots were brutal.
Oh God. I mean, that's what,
even if it's even if it's an aluminum foil ladder, that still looks painful.
Yeah. No, I don't care what you say. And to do it 10 days after Blood and Guts when you're probably already pretty beat up and bruised. I'll be curious to see who can go forward on Dynamite on Wednesday into their next pay-per-view at the end of December, because Lord knows they got to have another pay-per-view in 5-6 weeks.
Well, now they're pushing the Continental
Oh
Classic.
God, I forgot about that.
Yeah, that comes up later on in some other. I realized it was coming, but I didn't think it was.
Yeah, and they had the segment in the back where Okada, Takeshita, and Fletcher all declared for it. So half the Don Callis family is going to end up being in it. Hell, shit, you could probably just have a whole Continental Classic with all the Don Callis family and just have it as that, right? Shit.
Really could.
And then,
but Statlander's Saturday Night Fever pile driver thing is pretty good.
Yeah, no. She's good. She's another one. I've always said the people that came from, the Creative Pro Wrestling were like her, MJF, Anthony Bowens. Like they've had some good trainings come out of there. It's Pat Buck School. And then the main event, we had Samoa Joe and Adam Page in a steel cage match that I swear when that cage came down, it made that ring look so small to me. I don't know why. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but I feel like that ring was like a 16 by 16 once the cage was on it. It looked normal the rest of the show, but cage just made it look smaller.
That's just the cage. Just the way they have the cage.
Yeah,
set
and
up.
it's there, and they use a different style, a bit of cage than I'm used to with WWE, so I get it. It was just weird.
Yeah, like there's no room for a cameraman to be wandering inside of it.
Right.
Like WWE
yes.
has.
That's it. So it goes to the edge of it. Yeah, I think that's it. You're right. This match was, another bloodbath. But at least you expected that with it, but I expected with the other ones too. But,
yeah, but you were burned out. You were burned out from blood.
Yes,
at this point.
I was burned out from
just way too.
I was burned out just from wrestling in general at this point. And I love Samoa Joe and I was trying to watch it, but honestly, by this point, like I was looking at my phone and just waiting for it. I was waiting for the go home sequence. I'm like, how's this going to end? Are they going to do something stupid? Is there going to be a syringe or is somebody going to light someone on fire?
At least with Samoa Joe, you're going to get a decent match without a bunch of shit. Cause he's not,
exactly.
Really like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why I was just waiting for it to go home because I just didn't have it much in me to care about wrestling spots essentially at that point. It was Joe did the muscle buster. That was cool. But Joe had to win this match. We talked about this multiple times.
Yeah.
When it got booked, we've on our live show every Thursday on YouTube at 8:45 Eastern, which will be a little bit later this week because it's Thanksgiving. We'll talk about that. But, we've said that when they booked it for this, what was it? Like the week after the last pay-per-view when they booked this match or whenever it was, we're like, Joe, you can't have him lose again, especially once they made it a cage match because then you can't have any, but I guess the big surprise was the turn of Hook. I forgot about that. I'm reading
there was a bunch of shit before that. The referee was down and there was all sorts of, low blows and nut shots.
Of course.
All sorts of shit.
Yeah, no, it's an AEW match. You gotta have all sorts of everything with it.
It was weird. It was weird seeing the referee actually covered in blood too. The guy, he was bleeding so bad, the referee was just covered. Okay, well, there we go.
But it's the safest company in wrestling. Everybody's safe. Totally safe. There's no chance of, hepatitis or anything. No thanks. But the big turn was that Hook came out because they opened up the cage and they had not even the security. They were like,
Shibata came out first, right?
Hook came out last.
Yeah, Shibata comes out, tries to scale the cage, and Eddie Kingston came out and they fought off. So
yeah, and then was it before? It was Kingston. You're right. No, he came out and tried to.
Yeah.
But it was the what did they call them? They called them the Ops Dojo. They were like the guys with Joe. They weren't security guys.
Yeah, now they got their own wrestling school.
Yeah, they get their own dojo, and all of a sudden they've got all these people into the school. We didn't know the school existed, but now everybody's there. And Hobbs came in and ripped off the door, the lock off the cage door. Did the big man thing. Right. Yeah, that's use him like a big man. That's where you're supposed to with it. But the big point was.
So I have a question. I have a question for you, Jake. Did you see the ref bump?
No. Like I said, by this match, I was barely paying attention.
No. Nobody did, by the way.
Of course not. Why did they not show it?
The camera missed the ref bump. That's why I was kind of going that way. I thought you maybe saw it.
No, I didn't. honestly, by then I just was out of it. And plus I knew I had to get up early and I wanted to watch the AAA show, what I could have today. And I was done by that point. There was too much wrestling. There was too much blood. It was a cage match when we'd already seen a no holds barred match. We'd already seen, an no DQ match. And we'd already just like, uncle, I get to the point, I can't watch that long of a show. Who wants to watch a 4.5 hour main show when you've already had an hour long pre-show? Yeah. No, like I said it on Twitter yesterday. I'm like, that last 90 minutes was a chore. And it was just because of everything that happened beforehand. It's just too much. And he's got to get everybody on the card.
And I stayed awake the whole time.
I was impressed. No, when you tweeted back, I was like, wow, good for George. Also, too, just to reiterate what you've said multiple times, I forget if it was our second or third live show, that Bryan Danielson needs to be just the authority figure, the GM of AEW. Get off of the mic. He's terrible on the mic.
It'd be so much more effective if he was the guy they would go to and you'd see a name on his, a name on the door in the background, Bryan Danielson. You don't gotta call him a GM. Call him whatever the hell you want.
Right. No.
But he's the man. You go. I feel like Tony Khan's busy.
If you want to make it sports based, commissioner like Roger Goodell or Rob Manfred, like that's the leader of, the NFL or whatever. But just what he does is terrible. Him on the mic is just it's awful. It's so bad.
And Hook did that thing that they all do now is. They come in the ring, you think he's on one side, he gives that slick look to the camera.
Too many swerves.
Whatever. And raises his eyebrows, takes off his jacket, and gives that look like I'm on Joe's side.
Because he opens the jacket and he's got the Ops Dojo shirt on too, so yeah. I get too many swerves, bro. Like just,
funny.
Just too many. And then he does that so that, Joe could hit Paige with the Muscle Buster and win the title. As of course too, the referee just magically wakes up for that point, even though he's covered in blood. But I mean,
Hook was waking him up.
Okay.
Hook tried to wake him up.
I didn't realize that part of it. I didn't realize that part of it. That at least helped carry him over. All right. So he didn't just get up because covered in blood. But Samoa Joe did get the win, which we said needed to happen. This Adam Page title run. Like, he's 0-2 on title runs. Sorry, buddy. You just are, Adam.
Yeah, it didn't go.
He's just, I mean, like a lot of baby faces, he's better in the chase, essentially, I guess. I mean, if better in air quotes, I'm not a big fan of Adam Page.
Babyface champions in AEW don't do well.
I mean, baby faces in AEW a lot of times don't do well. Well, I mean, it's just the way Tony books, but then did the lights go out or was it just the spotlight onto Nana?
Well, they kind of screwed it up.
Of course they did.
Because the lights went out, then some weird shit happened, and then the lights went back out again, and then you see Prince Nana out there, so you know what's coming, but you still don't see the man who's supposed to be coming out. It was weird how they did. They debuted Prince Nana coming back first. What really happened? I'm like, what? Why? I didn't understand I don't know.
No, I didn't get it at all. I didn't get it at all. I mean, I get having Swerve come back. I mean, he's back. So
that's fine. Yeah. And he looked great. He looks great.
No, he absolutely does. And this makes sense to have a Swerve and Joe program. That's cool. I like that part of it. It's just, I don't know. Not that excited about it, honestly. But and then having Swerve and Adam Page like stand tall next to each other at the end of it was a little weird, but sure.
I love that look. I love that look that Adam Page gives when he's been. Now remember one thing. Keep in mind one thing during this whole thing at the end probably took about 10 minutes, right? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Takes about 10 minutes. During this whole time, Adam Page is laying there motionless. The whole time that this is taking place, Page is I watched and I'm like, he hasn't moved. Nothing.
Well,
and then all of a sudden at the end, he pops up and gives that psycho look face, which I love, by the way. I think it's great. So stupid.
Mike Glass, the power of the butterfly didn't help him. Mr. Butterfly James.
It was so weird. He just laid there during this whole sequence, like nothing.
Because he doesn't know how to do this. He can do moves. He doesn't
Well,
know
they
the
tell him
psychology of the business.
they tell him to just. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want to know. Well, and for him, he doesn't listen to what anybody tells him anyway. Of what he says, he doesn't listen. No, but I want to like Hangman Page. I see there's potential in there, but it just
No,
I do. I used to when he first won the title, I really thought it was a good thing, and like this is a great part of it. And then just from that point, same with FTR. And then even too, he had to have his big entrance with the Red Dead Redemption 2 music. Like, okay, I'm surprised he lost though, because I didn't look like he had any sort of job face walking out there. I'm like, oh shit, that's actually probably why I wasn't paying as much attention. I really thought Page was going to win, but I'm glad Joe did because he needed to. If he lost, he pretty much would have been done, had to retire at that point.
Yeah.
Like, what else can you do? Oh, and then they also showed the national title, which looks exactly like the NWA one. So I'm sure Tony paid Billy a pretty penny.
An amazing resemblance.
Jesus. Yeah. No, it was terrible. Absolutely terrible.
So this event ends at 11:30 my time,
which is 12:30 Eastern local.
And I'm watching it going, interesting. I jump over to Twitter real quick and I saw you guys on there and I realized that AAA had already ended 15 minutes ago.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah. No, the AAA show started an hour and 15 minutes after and ended before.
It started at 9:15 my time, ended at 11:15.
Yeah, exactly. Because you don't need.
It was an hour and 41 minutes. That was all it was. It wasn't really one of their better shows.
Yeah, well, I mean, it wasn't, and they didn't book it it wasn't promoted like a Triple Mania or what was the other.
Yeah, it's not what it is. It's one of their
exactly. It was but from everything I've seen from it, it seemed like it was a great show and people had a lot of fun at it. And the WWE, exactly. And I feel like that would have been more worth your money than Full Gear was. I don't know. It was just, what was it?
Your one way of knowing when it's a good AAA show is if it's available in English. I think it was all Spanish last night.
No, because it wasn't. It was. I think it wasn't. I think it was just the AAA feeds of it. Yeah, which makes sense. I mean, that's. Yeah, no, that's that. If you're not gonna, because they weren't promoting it on WWE like they were.
Right.
They were a little bit on NXT, but it wasn't that massive. Yeah, was it Alianzas?
It was a good show.
Yeah, no, I watched parts of it. I haven't watched the whole thing yet. I watched the highlight package and then I watched like the first two matches.
Yeah, people were wondering where the Natalia stuff was. She was on. They did 2 dark matches before they went live, and she was one of them.
Oh. I did see people talking about that. I wasn't sure what had happened there. Okay, that makes sense.
I clarified.
No, hey, that's good. That makes sense. I didn't realize that's what that was. Because I did see people complaining about that too, and I thought maybe she got hurt or something. I wasn't sure.
No,
but I mean, and I did see the giant pop that Dominic got. That was great.
Yeah, people love him.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, how could you not? And then, I saw a lot of people exploding of it and what the match I did watch was the, what was it for? The AAA. Oh yeah, the winner becomes the number 1 contender for the cruiserweight, whereas Javon Evans and Axiom and Octagon Jr. It was cool to see Javon Evans in AAA. They love him down there too. I don't think there's anywhere that guy can't get over. That was what I wanted to talk about from it.
Oh, since you mentioned it, Cornette said he wanted to adopt him.
Oh wow! I didn't.
He said on a show. I listened to it this morning before I was going for a walk, and he said, "Javon Evans, I like to adopt."
That's
him.
awesome. I mean that kid. There's nobody that has anything bad to say about him. Everybody loves that kid, man. I mean, we saw that at the other AAA show where he was the one NXT guy brought out. Yeah, no.
People don't understand how big of a deal that really was.
Yeah, no, I was,
to have a foreigner come out and be part of the ending celebration with all the Mexican talent is a rarity at best. And to have him out there is a huge honor.
Yeah, no, and I mean, that's the kind of guy he seems to be. Everybody seems to like him and get along with him, and he wants to learn. Like anytime you see interviews with him, he wants to learn. It's not that he just, thinks he knows everything he knows he's talented, but he actually wants to learn and get better at this. And that's awesome. And then, yeah, there's the 8-man tag match with the Psycho Circus versus, I forget the other guys' names. I just remember the Psycho Circus because it's all going to end out with, Psycho Circus versus the Wyatt Six at their December pay-per-view is what I heard, but I'm not sure how true that actually is.
The clowns versus the freaks.
I mean, I get it. That's a cool thing to do, but I feel like that really should have been done leading up to Halloween, no? I feel like you're just a little bit, I mean, that would have been a perfect Halloween pay-per-view match. What do I know though?
Yeah, Mexico it don't matter.
That's a valid.
Yeah, Jake, I didn't want to interrupt.
Please, you're good. What's up?
I think they were trying to do something around Halloween, but Mike Rotunda had a heart attack.
Oh.
And they kind of put everything on the back burner.
Because yeah. That the reports were some people reported his demise from that, but because it was a really bad heart attack. I forgot about that. That makes a lot of sense, actually. I didn't think about that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember they were going to do that because I was really getting kind of geeked. I'm kind of geeked for December now.
Yeah, no, it'll be a lot of fun, and it makes a lot of sense to have those teams going against each other. Like that's what factions are kind of built for, is that kind of perfect stuff with it. It's just when I hear it, I immediately think Halloween. But yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, you don't need a referee, nothing. Just let them go do it.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Have at it.
And if it's in AAA, it'll get even way more over with that audience. You won't have anybody looking at it with like side eye. There'll be people that love that. No, I'm into that.
I'm always happy about the people that are getting over in AAA, like El Grande Americano
and Lola Vice. she's massively over with that crowd.
Ethan Page and Chelsea Green.
They're so great together. I didn't expect them to be this good together, but they're an amazing pairing. Like they really, really are. Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised by it. It's one of those things that like, it's really, really cool to see, like I'm really, really impressed by them together. I'm glad they keep winning. They're great heels. They get over. No, I'm all for it.
I think Lola Vice is taking a little bit of, what's the word I'm looking for? A little bit of heat backstage for exposing her relationship with, Damian Priest.
Oh, I hadn't heard that, but I'm not,
maybe I'm wrong.
I hadn't heard that because I don't follow a lot of like news sites and sources and pay much attention to that. And I've been busy this weekend, so that it wouldn't surprise me though. Unfortunately, that's kind of how.
I don't think she's been on NXT in a couple weeks. Maybe I'm wrong there.
She was,
no, maybe I'm not. She was on 1 week.
She was on like right after Halloween Havoc, but I'm not sure if she's been on since. That's her.
No.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah. But I mean, she was in this match. I feel like she has a match at Gold Rush, but maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. And then also too, we were talking about Dominic getting a big pop. He's also going against, he's with El Grande Americano and going against, El Hijo de Vikingo. So like that crowd's automatically going to even cheer for him even louder because we've all seen how hard they hate him
Vikingo.
So much.
Gosh.
I feel bad for the guy because it's like the reason why they hate him is not his fault in any way. It's not like he pushed to get the time. It's not like he, married the boss's daughter or whatever. They couldn't put Del Rio in it because they couldn't put Del Rio in it. Like, it's not his fault. It's not his fault. Del Rio's a Del Rio.
I've never seen anybody more hated by a crowd for no good reason.
Nothing.
There you go, right there.
For nothing. Oh, what's up? Oh. No, it's one of the craziest things I've ever seen, but it just makes me laugh. But it's great for Dom.
Yeah, he's gold. He's gold.
No, it's great. And I mean, how perfect is it too now where he's got his match against John Cena in the stadium, in the baseball stadium in San Diego. Like there's the difference. Remember when the people were comparing Hook and Dom? There was the comparison of like, who's going to be bigger and better? And Hook basically is the same character and Dom is main eventing shows, wrestling John Cena, holding his own in promo battles. I love it.
It's unfortunate because at the time the comparisons were actually
they were very apt.
Comparable.
Oh, it was very apt. Honestly, especially at the beginning of it, I think I was definitely more Team Hook. Like it took a while. I mean, I liked when Dom initially turned, but I don't think it was really until a couple of weeks, maybe months after the whole like prison Dom thing happened that it really kicked in. And
Yeah, he spent time in prison was awesome.
That was the best. And then I remember seeing, I remember like when Dom, when he had the NXT North American title, I forget where I saw it, but somebody posted like what his schedule was, and they were still doing house shows then. And he was literally doing the Saturday, Sunday house show, Monday Night Raw, and then, Tuesday NXT, and then going back on the road, and sometimes even doing SmackDown too, because he wanted to get the work in. The only way to get better in this business is repetition. You got to get the reps in, and Dom does it.
Yes, he does very well.
Oh,
too.
what's up, Herman? I see your hand. Did you just put your hand up, or has that been up? I had to switch to a different screen because of my stupid mic situation.
Oh, I get you. No, I just put it up. I wanted to pose a question real quick.
What's up?
Okay, so we got Survivor Series coming up on Saturday. Do you main event with the men's War Games match, or do you main event with John Cena versus Dominic?
So that's a great question. I kind of feel like, and I think WWE's been great about this. It's kind of going to matter, I think, of what's going to, like, if there's something big that's going to happen in the men's War Games or something kind of in the aftermath of it where I guess I don't know who else could come back or anything. I mean, maybe Randy Orton comes back or something. I could see him ending it then with that. But honestly, if it's just going to be like a great War Games match and you've got all the stars in it and it's going to end how it's going to end, Dom main eventing that would be really cool for him. Plus, it's John Cena's last PLE. I could easily see that. I could easily see that.
Because I'm thinking if they main evented with that, especially they put Dom over, that crowd's going to go ape.
And I feel like Dom's got to
that's
win.
his backyard, you know?
Yeah.
This all depends on how they can get these cages operating in that place. We still haven't figured that out.
Yeah. No, that's still like one of the most interesting questions. I feel like they're just going to have like an amazing crew that can build it really fast, like while they're doing the video packages or something. They'll start with one of them so it's already built.
Yeah, either one of those two matches you guys mentioned are going to open.
Yeah. Or the women's War Games can
think.
open. You got a women's War Games too. Yeah. No. And I mean,
it depends on the cage situation. It really does. I don't know how they're going to do it.
I still have not. From the moment it was announced there, I'm like, football stadiums are different. They're fully oval. There's different ways you could have beams go, or like the wires going across or whatever. Like, Petco opens up heavy out in the outfield. I don't know what they're going to do. I'm very, very intrigued, but yeah, no,
they might do what. Oh, I'm sorry.
You're good. What's up?
No, I was going to say they might do like what they did in the NWA back when War Games used to be kind of a traveling thing, and just like put it together inside the arena.
Right. I was thinking they could do that. Just have like a team of 50 people, not 50, but maybe like 25, and like they've been practicing like a NASCAR pit crew team the last 2 weeks. I don't know.
Idea just hit my head.
What's up?
You can have the cages pre-built in the bullpen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can have them sitting out in the bullpen and you can do that. Open up the bullpen, have a crane take it out and drop it.
Or if you really want to.
But there's going to be fans out there. I don't know. That can't work either. Never mind.
Well, it's an outdoor event, so they're going to have like that pavilion thing that they have overhead, like they have at every outdoor event.
Right. I just, like, the thing is,
so they're probably going to have the cage lower from that.
Right, but there's nothing, the thing is though, those are always
nothing to hold it to.
Yeah, that's the thing. At football, like everyone says this, like, oh, it's just like they did it at football stadiums. No, because football stadiums will fully oval around. Like there's no break in them. Look at the baseball stadium, especially with that building there of where it goes, like there's nothing in the outfield. It's like a big, like right angle essentially. So just, they'll figure it out in the way they're going to do it. There's not going to be a problem.
They figured it out.
Oh, absolutely. They wouldn't have announced it there if they couldn't have figured it out. I'm just very curious. Yeah. I'm very curious. I think it'll be great, but
you really want to make a spectacle out of it, just have a couple helicopters drop them down.
Yeah, with Charlotte. There you go. Charlotte could drop in with it. There you go.
Hey, why not? It worked at WrestleMania 35.
Right? Shit. And it's a good shoot. No, I'd be all right with that. No, I'm very interested and it's setting up to be a good show. I mean, we've got the 2 War Games matches. You got the Intercontinental title. And then you'll have the Women's World title. I don't know if there'll be anything else. I don't think Jade's going to have anything for the WWE women's title, but I mean, those 4 matches, that might just be those 4 matches, honestly, because we know War Games are going to take a while, both of them, especially that men's match. That's going to take an hour. Be a good match, though. It'd be fun.
With entrances?
Yeah.
With entrances.
I just keep thinking of last year's War Games where 10 participants and 40% were out for an extended period of time. So hopefully they don't have the WrestleMania plan set in stone, because no way everybody's walking out fine. Hopefully they do, but
So Jake, what was your final assessment of Full Gear? I
trailed off when we were talking about the end of it, because I mean, like you said, I'm happy that Joe won. I'm happy that Mark Briscoe won. Although with Briscoe, I think it could have gone either way, and the storylines could have worked because joining the Callis family would have made some sense. But every match, not every match, but most of them took too long. I didn't need that much blood. 4.5 hours is too long for a pay-per-view not named WrestleMania. But like I said, I'm happy that Joe won. Even with the Hook turn and how silly it kind of was, he makes more sense as part of the ops group than as a babyface right now, especially like when he's a babyface trying to cut his promo. I feel bad, but every time he cuts a promo as a babyface, all I can think of is Scrappy Doo. Like, you guys, I'm gonna get you guys. Come on, guys. Like someone's got to hold him back. I don't know.
Yeah, the guy pushes his forehead.
Right, exactly. And then it's Joe just holding him back. Like, no. But he makes sense being a trainee of Joe. I like that. So, I mean, the story.
Yeah, so all in all for me, I love the results of the rematch. I just don't like how we got to the match results.
But I do like the results, especially for us doing the live show on Thursdays and me now having, if I wasn't watching Dynamite every week, but no, these storylines are better for it. It does give me some intrigue to watch it on Wednesday. I mean, still probably need a drink or two while I watch it, but we'll see.
Yeah, so the follow-up show is this coming Wednesday. Yeah. And what we do on Thursdays, we review Dynamite on Thursdays on YouTube Live at AltJakeTakesOn. This week, it'll be at 9:30 p.m. Eastern.
Yup. Yeah. Which should be good for folks. I feel like everybody finishes.
It may go forward that way. We'll see how it works.
Yeah. Well, everybody gets a chance to finish with their families, digest a bit. I don't have to. My family's not big, but we go out to my aunt's house, which is like halfway to Tucson, so like an hour and 10 minutes away from me. So most of my Thanksgiving is spent driving, but I'll be home no later than 9 Eastern, so 9:30 Eastern will work perfectly. We can jump on and talk.
Don't feel sorry for me. It's another day of the week for me. I could care less.
I mean, it's a paid day off, right? That's not bad.
Yeah, paid 2 days off. I was just going to ask Thursday and Friday.
Most good companies and jobs do, but I've worked places that make you work that Friday. That's rough. No,
yes.
Yeah, that'll be a good follow-up for, we'll see what they do for the follow-up. There's potential there. There's storylines they can build into. Mox has got to get kind of kicked out of his group. Maybe he goes away for the holidays. I don't know.
No, they're focusing on the Continental Classics. So that's a guarantee you're going to see all that shit's going to happen this upcoming Wednesday.
All right. Well, get your calculators out, boys and girls. We're going to have to do some math. Yeah. Nothing I like about wrestling.
We certainly hope, as always, that Tony Khan goes live on X Pro.
Please. I haven't seen anything from the media scrum yet, but I did see that Dis and Awful are going
Oh, speaking of which, This is Awful channel at 11 p.m. tonight Eastern, they're going to be reviewing that whole media scrum thing,
I was so happy when I saw them post that. I'm like, oh, perfect, because I don't want to watch that, but I do kind of like the Helwani interview. I need to know some stuff of what's happened so we can talk about it, but I just can't sit there and watch it. That's another thing too. How does anybody watch from the pre-show through the media scrum? Like, that's literally your entire Saturday night. Like, should have had this.
No, I made it as long as I did. I couldn't imagine sitting for another 2 hours.
No, and for the people on the East Coast, like those people, the reporters, and I say reporters very loosely, they don't get out of that arena till like 3 a.m. Woof. Hard pass.
The Thursday shows are a lot of fun. They're on YouTube live. We do it live. So Jake doesn't get the reaction of Tony Khan. I kind of preview it for him.
No, it's good.
I know where to stop and stuff. So we get kind of Jake's live feedback on Tony Khan being live, and I'm laughing my ass off a lot because I know what's coming.
You're like, what?
The Thursday shows are a lot of fun. They're only about an hour and 15 minutes. They're perfect time. They're a lot of fun. We get interactive with people. Jump in there, subscribe. Subscribe does not mean you pay a dime. Follow us on YouTube. How about that?
Yeah, right. Just, yeah. There's never any cost. There is no cost. That's for sure. Yeah, no, that was a good show though. We're good. I think it's a good time to wrap it up for it here. We'll be back on Thursday Thursday this 9:30 Eastern on YouTube. I almost went with the old time.
Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah. At AltJakeTakesOn, like, subscribe, share with your friends. We'll be back here on Sunday Night Spaces, regular time on Sunday at 8:05 p.m. Eastern to talk all about Survivor Series War Games. That should be a lot of fun. So anything else you want to talk about, George?
A lot to talk about. That'll be fun.
Yeah. No, I'm excited. I'm very much looking forward to that pay-per-view. I'm also, I have not read the SmackDown spoilers because they taped 2 SmackDowns on Friday. So please do not tag me in any of those. I don't want to see them. I want to watch it on Friday and see what happens. I try not to get any spoilers if I can. So cool. Well, thanks everybody for listening. Sorry about the technical issues. I'm going to have to send a message to Elon because that one was 100% Twitter. But
yeah, we have now learned that George cannot do a show by himself.
It's all good. No, hey, makes me feel good.
Thank you.
I need to be kept around for a reason. Gives me something to do. Awesome. Thanks everybody for listening. We'll catch you next week. Peace.